Now, I don't generally do these kinds of videos. Not videos talking about the flaws and bullshit of a game. I do that all the time when I'm playing said game. I mean something with a script. I barely use a script, and the only videos that used one were the Genius Water commercial and why the M4A1 is awesome. The link in the description below. But obviously, based on the title of this video, I'm not here to brag about using a script. I'm here to tell you the problem with Overwatch. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Riley, you are biased due to how your favorite game is Team Fortress 2. Why should I listen to your opinion? Well, don't you worry, little Swedish man with a machine fetish, because you are slightly right. I love Team Fortress 2, and playing Overwatch, I was able to find the one thing that is missing. Fun gameplay. Now, am I saying that Overwatch is a boring pile of shit with extremely unbalanced characters, with maps and game modes that can be completely one-sided at times? Yes. Yes, I am. But I believe that Overwatch can be a fun game at some points. But most of the time, it's this.
Fuck my pussy.
Genji, oh my god. I don't understand. Anna, why you don't ult Genji? You can don't fucking ult tank forever, okay? You guys made a mistake every round. You guys suck and you don't lose. Oh, always ult tank. I don't understand why Anna ult tank for no fucking reason. Are you fucking retarded?
Dude, that's Japanese. Get it right, dude. Okay, why the fuck are you playing Sombra? You wanna win? You play a real hero. You wanna lose? You play Sombra. I don't fucking care. It's my Smurf, bro. Get the fuck off, Soldier, man.
Shut up. Go kill yourself.
You're fucking shit, bro.
Kill yourself, buddy. Kill yourself. Kill yourself, buddy.
Yeah, stay fucking low diamond, you fucking shitlord.
Oh.
Why, bitch? Why'd I get this hoe on my team again?
Fuck your chat, motherfucker.
Ow. God, I'm... Fuck off, Roadhog, you fucking fat boy. Dude, how did... God, you know what? I'm glad Harambe was shot, Winston, you fucking goddamn ape. He's dead! Fuck you, you goddamn robot cunt. Trying so hard to star in a film with fucking Will Smith. Fuck you! Trying so hard to fucking be Naruto fan. Goddamn whore. And I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. Oh fuck! Are we fucking getting spawn camped? Are you fucking... Yeah, not that fun. However, in order to make this game more fun than not, we have to address the two main things that cause Overwatch to be unentertaining. Gameplay and the... Hey, Pyrocynical did that with his Cuphead video. Pyro clone, Pyro clone, Pyro clone. Like I was saying, gameplay and the community. In order to properly talk about how horrid the game can be, we first need to discuss the heroes you can play as. There are 32 different heroes in Overwatch, all of them with their own unique abilities and quirks. All of these heroes are split into 3 categories: tanks, damage, and support. The tanks are exactly what their names imply: big motherfuckers with large health and somewhat high damage. The damage class is made of heroes whose speciality is to deal as much damage as possible in a short amount of time. The support class consists of healers or people who can provide shield speed or damage boosts. But I, of course, feel the classes should be labeled as overpowered, underpowered, and balanced. Now, before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and say that 95% of who is overpowered or underpowered is just my opinion. I have to say that because I feel like there will be someone in the comments like, bullshit, what do you mean that isn't overpowered? He has this and this. Anyways, I'm going to talk about why the hero is overpowered or underpowered and give a suggestion for how to nerf or buff them. Now, to get this first bit started, I want to list off the characters I consider overpowered. Baptiste, Bastion, Bridget, Diva, Echo, Genji, Junkrat, McCree, Mei, Moira, Reaper, Sombra, Symmetra, Tracer, and that fucking hamster! Fuck whoever gave that hamster intelligence, and curse whoever didn't put it into the microwave when it started to build shit. Okay, I'm good. My main problem with Baptiste has to do with his immortality field. I find it unfair that a person can plan the perfect ultimate strike only for it to be foiled by an oversized hockey puck. Imagine this. You are playing as Junkrat, and you and your Zarya plan a dual ult attack on all of the enemies on the point. Zarya pops her ult and catches all of the enemies in the vortex. You then unleash your Riptire and blow it in the middle of all the entrapped enemies, but you look up into the kill feed and see you've only destroyed that immortality field. Something I feel can be changed to make him more balanced is to change how Baptiste's ability works. Instead of making them immune from all damage, make it to where anyone in the field takes significantly less damage. For instance, if Hanzo lands a headshot on you, instead of taking the full 125 damage, you only take 2/5 of the damage when you're in the field's range. It would still make it to where beefier heroes will still survive a Riptire 600 damage, made only 240 damage when the character's in the field. Everyone knows why Bastion is considered, by everyone who isn't a Bastion main, to be overpowered. But just in case you were living under a rock for the past 5 years, here's why he's overpowered. Both his turret form and his ability to heal himself with barely any limits. Bastion can switch from being mobile to his turret form, then back to being mobile with only 1 second, recon to turret, and half a second, turret to recon. Something that can help nerf this is to make it to where Bastion has a cooldown timer on his transformation ability. If he transforms to his turret, he has to wait 5 seconds before he can transform back, and the same for when he switches off of his turret. His ability to heal is also a little OP. Something that can be done to make this more balanced, I would say, is to make it to where the meter on his healing doesn't regenerate, and if he uses all of it, it goes on a 5-second cooldown. Do you like spam? Spam flavored ham? Play Bridget. Bridget players are the most spammiest motherfuckers in existence, being able to spam her shield and spam the knockback ability and just kill everyone. Nerf the shield. Please, for the love of God. Alright, for this one, I feel I'm gonna get some Alinity-styled simps for talking bad about this character, but I'm gonna do it anyway. D.Va is straight up overpowered, being able to suck up nearly everything. Much like a fat chick who orders $100 worth of McDonald's, suck up their Diet Coke. And for some reason, the dev team decided to give her rockets. My suggestion for a nerf is maybe remove the rockets and remove some of the things her shield can suck up. I would say something about her essentially having 2 lives, but I'll save that for a little bit later. Honestly, the only thing I find annoying is when Echo does her ult that copies an enemy's hero, that the ult for whoever she copies charges really fast. In other words, God help you if you have a D.Va on your team. A suggestion to nerf her ult could either be to nerf how quickly she gets the copied player's ult, or make it to where the Echo is forced to do the copy ult near the very end of the timer. My main complaint about Genji is his ability to double jump as soon as he touches the ground. My only suggestion would be to do the same thing they did with Hanzo and make his double jump have a cooldown. It should be obvious why Junkrat is overpowered, but just in case you don't know, just watch this.
Double one.
Yes, I am aware this is staged. That's not the point. The point is, playing Junkrat mostly requires no brain activity whatsoever, much like the default grenade launcher for Demo Man in Team Fortress 2. Oh, how to nerf this? I have no clue. You can't nerf tactics that aren't actually considered tactics by nearly everyone. Hey you, do you want to be able to snipe people from halfway across the map, have the close range capabilities of a pistol with the firepower of a small Russian tank? Then play McCree, dumbass! It's not the fact of how strong McCree's gun is, although it is extremely annoying. His pistol is based off of the 44 mag, something considered the strongest pistol ever made, so damage isn't what my issue with McCree is. It's the accuracy and rate of fire his pistol has that annoys the shit out of me. If you were to shoot a 44 Magnum that quickly in real life, your wrist would be obliterated. You could of course give the argument that, but doesn't he shoot his gun with his robot hand? No. No, he doesn't. Something that could be done to nerf this is to either make it to where the pistol fires slower, or the faster you fire it, the less accurate it becomes, much like the Ambassador for Spy. Okay, first off, fuck Mei. Mei has been the bane of my existence ever since I first started to play Overwatch, and I have a heavy bias against her. First of all, she can not only freeze you completely with that glorified snow cone machine, but she can also launch an icicle
Take two.
But she can also launch an icicle that can go through your head harder than the bullet JFK caught. And her ability to not only be completely immune to damage while in that iceberg, she can heal. I can see how ice would be good if you've just been engulfed in flames, have had a limb chopped off, or sprained your ankle, but getting fucking shredded with bullets? And she's not just annoying when she's on the enemy team, she's just as annoying on your team with that fucking Trump wall she can pull up every 13 seconds. If I had a penny for every time a Mei on my team would wall me into spawn, I could buy the soul of Mr. Beast. Please, Blizzard, for the love of God, nerf this satanic child. Hey, remember how Symmetra worked before they nerfed her gun? You know, how her gun was able to lock onto you and you couldn't do anything to stop her? Yeah, they did that with Moira's weapon. Why? Because, fuck having fun. Plus, her ability to instant transmission behind you go, Omoe wamu shinderu, and suck your soul out of your asshole before you even know what's going on is just as annoying. So what does Blizzard do? Buff, sir. Now when Moira does her fade move, any of her teammates near her take no damage for 1 second. Now obviously 1 second doesn't seem that much, but in games like Overwatch, that's all the time needed to change the tides of the game with one ult rush or heavy push. My suggestion to balance Moira is to remove the Fade ability's ability to affect teammates and make her main weapon do the same as Symmetra's. Like Blizzard, I understand you're trying to make Moira into a Dragon Ball Z character with that ult, but even Goku has limits. Reaper wasn't even going to be on the overpowered list. He was going to be in the not too overpowered, but also not too underpowered list. However, casual match with a bunch of sweat lords, we'll talk about that later, one of which was a Reaper. That one game made me have an epiphany that this character is overpowered. My suggestion would be to revert Reaper's passive ability back to only when he gets a kill. Remember this? I sure do. Being rewarded with more health after barely killing an enemy and getting back to the fight to do it again. Please, Blizzard, make me feel like I deserve that health again. Remember Dora? This is her now. But now she has all sorts of gadgets to help her
Gaming
the living shit out of Swiper. Sombra's hacks are extremely annoying. Whether it's from her ult or just her ability, it's dumb. Just nerf the amount of time it takes for the hack to wear off. I remember how everyone was complaining about how Sombra's Uzi had the same effectivity of a Fortnite nerf gun. I bet everyone is regretting that complaint now, huh? My only complaint about Symmetra is her sentries. Not only can she essentially launch these fuckers from across the map and rack up kills on unsuspecting players, but I feel like they do more damage than Symmetra's actual gun. Just please, nerf the sentries to where she has to be close to the wall in order to place them again. Tracer is actually one I've had a really good idea for a nerf for a really long time. My complaint is with her ability to not only teleport around the map, but also pull a Cartman and say, oh, that attack? That didn't count, and then reverse time. For these, I have two solutions. Solution 1. Make it to where if she uses all of her teleports, she has to wait for the cooldown before she can shoot, much like that Overwatch cinematic where she can't shoot because she used her abilities too much.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
Solution 2. Make it to where reversing time is her ultimate. I would much rather deal with another Junkrat landmine than her reversing time every 12 goddamn seconds. Ooh! Ooh, I hate this motherfucker. One day while playing against Mei, I thought to myself, well, I may hate Mei with every fiber of my being, but at least Blizzard will never be able to make a character that I hate even more. And then after my first game against Wrecking Ball, I thought back to that moment and realized I should have kept my big fat fucking mouth shut. This ability pisses me off the most, especially on King of the Hill maps, due to how he can basically grapple to something on point and just swing around forever. This shouldn't work, and the best way I can show why it wouldn't work is a simple demonstration. Alright, so I'm out here in my little jungle of a backyard, and I'm going to be demonstrating why Hammond's ability shouldn't be working. So I've made this little thing. This is supposed to represent his grapple, and of course this is the rat ball. See, what should have happened was this part was supposed to let go, but instead the knot I used to tie the ball around it just kind of, yeah, I don't know. But basically what this was supposed to show is that the grapple hook would, you know, fly off. Bonus dias. That's my suggestion for nerfing him. That's it. Next segment. Now with the overpowered characters out of the way, let's get into the underpowered characters. Don't worry, this list is shorter. In my opinion, the only underpowered characters are Ana, Hanzo, Mercy, and Reinhardt. In all honesty, Ana's damage output is bad. I get she's not meant to put out high damage, but instead heal her teammates. But what if it's a situation where everyone but her is dead, and she's the only one who can protect the point? As a solution, I suggest a buff to her main weapon, and maybe a buff to the damage made by the biotic grenade. Wait a minute, you are a Hanzo main. You are 100% biased. Torbjorn, get back in your fucking box. Do realize that two of my older mains were Reaper and Junkrat, and I was only a Junkrat main for the first couple of weeks I started playing Overwatch. Also, as someone who mains Hanzo, I would know best on how underpowered he is. It's not Hanzo's bow that I feel is too weak. Instead, it's one of his abilities and his ult that I feel is weak. I'm not a full fan of the Storm Arrow's ability. Not because I can't aim for shit, although that is a factor, but because it seems weaker than the ability it replaced. The Storm Arrow is perfect for taking down shields, I will admit, due to how the rapid fire quickly diminishes shield health. But it doesn't help when 3 different tanks start to specifically target you, no matter how much they overextend and die. I suggest we bring back the Scatter Arrow, which, you know, despite the shit people give it due to its one-shot potentials, is both the perfect way to take down an enemy who runs around the corner and escapes his Papa's ult 2 seconds later, and is the perfect punishing tool for people who just overextend just to kill one person. His ult doesn't need a damage buff, but maybe we could reduce the noise Hanzo makes when unleashing it. I'll try to kill all the enemies who glue themselves to the cart with my ult, but because of the volume my war cry is yelled at, even if the payload is behind a wall I'm standing near, all the enemies can safely get away and zip back to the payload immediately. I was one of the people who complained anytime they got 5 of the 6 enemies with one ult, only to watch every one of them come back because Mercy was hiding behind cover, and daintily floated into the mass grave and pressed one button. Now I realize that's not just a press this button to win mechanic, but an actual reward. Picking the right player to heal and give a damage boost to in order to charge your ult to 100% and being able to pick the perfect moment, that voice crack, to bring back every teammate close enough to turn the game around was actually a good thing. Of course though, because people like me complain, now her ult just turns her into a glorified moth. Please, bring back the old ult, Blizzard. Okay. Why does a hammer with the same diameter as the height of most of the characters, with rocket boosters on the back, only smack characters 2 inches to the right or left? That hammer should be sending those scrawny bitches to the freaking Shadow Realm. Just buff the hammer's damage, that's all. And of course, the final topic of who's balanced and who sucked off the devs, in my opinion, we should mention who I find basically balanced. Ashe, Doomfist, Lucio, Roadhog, Orisa, Sigma, Soldier 76, Widowmaker, Winston, Zarya, Zenyatta, and Torbjorn. However, he is on thin fucking ice. Alright. Now with all of the who's OP or not discussion out of the way, let's get into something I've been waiting to get to. I, of course, want to talk about the features that make little to no sense, whether it's something to do with the characters themselves or just other parts of the game. My reason for why I don't get the payload on Hollywood isn't why the attacking team has to be near it in order to move it. My reason is why they are pushing it in the first place. From the Uprising event, we can kind of learn that the payloads have bombs meant to destroy the enemy base. You know, much like in Team Fortress 2, but why is the Hollywood payload just a celebrity trying to get to work? Either the defending team is a group of assholes who don't like the celebrity inside the car, so they try to sabotage his career, or the enemy team are a group of terrorists and the guy inside the car is only pretending to be a celebrity in order to sneak in and bomb a Hollywood building. I don't know, fuck it. Sometimes people just Allahu Akbar, like... Okay. Do you see what's wrong with this image? No? Okay, let me show you.
Get through this.
If you still couldn't understand, let me explain. If Diva's head is in the window of her mecha, which the window is the headshot hitbox, why doesn't she just die, since she would be essentially taking the bullet/arrow to the head? She just jumps out the back of the mecha and starts running around.
But why?
Ah, yes, this man has a giant fist he can use to punch people harder than Chris Brown. How does he melee? With this puny fucking hand. Why does he choose to punch with this hand? That's like being given a minigun saying, nah, I'll use this instead, and pulls out the world's smallest pistol. This one has been confusing me for a while. I'm not sure how the play of the game actually works. I get how it's supposed to work. I just don't get why it doesn't work the way it should. The amount of times I've gotten a crazy kill streak or ult use, only for someone to get 2 kills and they get play of the game, it's retarded. I swear, the program used to pick who gets play of the game is the same thing as white people throwing a dart at the map to figure out where they want to go. Okay, for one, why does this hammer down not make temporary holes that enemies can trip over and die from embarrassment? That would be hilarious. 2. Why does the hammer down get blocked by shields? Isn't it basically causing an earthquake? I feel it shouldn't be blocked by shields. Oh, and also, why can't we launch Torbjorn into space?
Torbjorn, ready to
There are definitely some bugs and glitches in Overwatch that everyone experiences. Except me, apparently. I haven't encountered a single one. Hell, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Now listen, I know skill-based matchmaking is only a thing in the competitive game mode, but I feel like it needs to be a thing in casual or arcade mode too because of how painfully inconsistent the team/enemy matching is. For teammates, 33% of the time I get matched with teammates of my actual skill level. Another 33% of the time I get put with players who seem like they had just learned about the game. And the last 34% of the time I get teammates who are so good that I don't even get a chance to get a kill due to how fast the match ended. For enemy teams, however, it's more like 50% of the time the enemy team is full of new players, 49% of the time it's full of demigods, and the last 1% are enemies on my actual skill level. I had a game where everyone on the enemy team was around level 500s. Blizzard, what the fuck? Oh. God, it's a good fucking sandwich. Now, I will admit there are plenty of actually reliable counters. For instance, Hanzo counters Bastion, Reaper counters tanks, everyone counters healers, and Disneyland height requirements counter Torbjorn. However, most of the counters in the game don't actually work. For instance, snipers can't always counter Bastion due to how his headshot hitbox is behind him. Team Fortress 2, however, generally has consistent counters. For instance, Scout and Spy can counter Medic by flanking. Sniper counters Heavy and Pyro due to how they have to be pretty close to do significant damage. And everyone counters Engineer, and Engineer counters everyone.
Why do you keep talking about Team Fortress 2? This video is called The Problem with Overwatch.
Well, that is because Overwatch is a high-tech ripoff of Team Fortress 2. Thank you for the segue into my next subject. Yeah, it's no secret, Blizzard, that most of the game modes and character traits are ripped right from the heads of Gabe Newell himself. Oh, we have to escort a bomb to the enemy base. That's just TF2's payload game mode. Fat Man has an item they consume in order to get health back. That's the sandwich. Annoying twat who runs fast in circles around you while taunting you every 5 fucking seconds. I can't tell if that's Tracer or Scout, to be honest. What's next, Overwatch? A hero who can change into other play? Oh wait, that's been done. I, of course, am not saying that Overwatch ripped everything from Team Fortress 2, because if that was the case, the game would actually be fun. Now, it's no secret how toxic the Overwatch community is. Obviously, though, not everyone in this community is toxic. There are great content creators like XQC, Lieutenant Eddie, or Salty Fish that I genuinely enjoy watching. There are also great artists, and the cosplayers are awesome too. Whether the cosplayer makes themselves look exactly like the character, puts their own spin on a character, or just looks hilariously bad. Not making fun of, but come on. Those ones are funny. Now, on the other hand, there's the literal living barrels of toxic waste. And I'm not talking about the people who get pissed off every time they die. No, I'm talking about the people who call their teammates trash every half second, call people slurs, throw the game because they don't like their teammate's name. And yes, that was actually an excuse I've heard once. Or they're flinging accusations every time they die, or they genuinely believe nothing is their fault. Ironically enough, I'm actually writing this part of the script right after getting out of a casual match where the enemy team was sweating their asses off. I could study the human brain for hundreds of years and die not knowing why in the fuck people play casual like they're playing in the Overwatch League. I play casual when I don't feel like getting completely shit on by a team in competitive, only for people on the enemy team to try their asses off. Worst of all, because of how I hate the new quick play system, which forces you into one of the 3 classes, I play the arcade version. So not only is it people sweating in casual, it's people sweating in casual. Like, dude, your competitive rank is not going to be lowered because you lost a casual match. Just let me have fun. However, I can't complain all the time about when the enemy team sweats. It is very satisfying when an enemy team tries to sweat in casual and then gets destroyed when my team tries just a little bit harder. It's like I always say, try hard and you get hit by my car.
You never say that.
I say it in my head!
The date is August 18, 2016. Matpat is watching the progress bar and his latest video hit 100%. This was only the beginning of the end.
This is what I'm gonna call the inevitable shitstorm pre-damage control disclaimer.
Listen, if you could get diseases from visuals, I think I might have got the Zika virus, cause this shit is fucked up, man.
If you wanna play as a scout, wearing a Dovahkiin helmet, wielding a giant fish as a weapon, you can.
You can't. The fish isn't big, and the Dove hacking helmet is not an all class.
Overwatch is one of those games that I love as well, okay? I played, and I have to say, after about 6 hours of playing it in a day, I will get bored and I will move on because the game is very fucking repetitive.
Overwatch does Team Fortress better than Team Fortress.
I think what you meant to say was Overwatch does team in Team Fortress better than Team Fortress, but I'm sure that's too confusing for the kids watching your show.
One man who might be autistic will make a shitty video talking about it 4 years later.
Why would he make this? This video is gonna be god-awful.
Alright, I get it! Fuck!
Fuck. Hi. Hey, what is up, guys? Red the Wolf, and welcome to the One Drop of Cringe. And today we're going to be reviewing the really horribly made and awful Matpat video. Now, for this One Drop of Cringe, sorry, I'm still used to saying 3 drops of cringe because of the actual series. We're going to be reviewing a video called Overwatch Vs TF2. Is newer always better? Deadlock. Now, 4 years ago, whenever this was released, this was heavily shitted on, and that dislike ratio is not helping whatsoever. But of course, because of the video that this One Drop of Cringe is in, I am going to be reviewing it after 4 years. And if you don't know who Matpat is, he is the guy known for looking way too deep into the lore of video games. But anyway, let's get right into it.
So can Overwatch overthrow this historic giant that is TF2? Or will enthusiasm for Overwatch be dead faster than Evolve? Yeah, there's a game you haven't thought about in a while. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to Deadlock.
That has got to be, like, the most seizure-inducing fucking intro I've ever seen in my entire life. How many people do you think have actually had a seizure because of this? Like, seriously. I have to put a seizure warning right before I show that intro right there.
Nerf this.
Kaboom indeed, you drunken wretch!
Fuck, I got salt in my eyes. Shit, that was not a good. Less painful than that was, though.
You can respect that I'm about to win this debate in one word. Free. Team Fortress 2 is a free game with no hidden fees. The complete version of Overwatch is $60. Boom! Done. Shut it down. It's over. But in the interest of adding on some additional hurt, consider that Overwatch has microtransactions.
That is a good point. Overwatch is a game where it has microtransactions after making you pay $60 for the game. However, Team Fortress 2 also has microtransactions. That little point system at the very bottom, or the duel at the bottom, that doesn't mean anything. That's literally something for kids to just get distracted by whenever they're about to click off the video. They see that and they're like,
Okay, sure. Overwatch is being sold as a complete game at full price, but that's because it is.
No, it's not. It's not a complete game. They're still adding shit. Same thing with Team Fortress 2. They both add stuff on after you bought the game. It's kind of like Modern Warfare. It's a game that you buy, and then every couple of months it updates to a new season. That's basically what Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 is like. If you buy the game, you get the updates for free. This isn't Battlefield 1, where they make you pay for DLCs.
Oh, wow! Updates? Oh, wait a minute. Team Fortress 2 updates multiple times a year.
No one tell him.
In Overwatch, the microtransactions give you a chance to maybe get what you want. It's all a lottery. Sure, every time you buy a loot box, that's a chance to get that skin that you wanted just so badly. You've been waiting for it since day one, but there's a pretty good chance you're gonna get one of those sprays you've already gotten 3 times before.
Here's the thing though, Overwatch has a thing where if you do get the same spray 3 times in a row, you get this thing called currency. Basically, if you get enough currency, you can buy the skin you want. That's how they do it. They make it to where you want to pay for more loot boxes, so that way you end up getting more currency, so you can buy the skin you want if you don't get in the loot box. And also, Team Fortress 2 has the same thing. The only difference is, I'm pretty sure those crates that you just get for free randomly, I'm pretty sure that only gives out cosmetic stuff.
TF2 has years of hacks, weapons, skins, user-generated models. If you want to play as a scout, wearing a Dovahkiin helmet, wielding a giant fish as a weapon, you can.
I'm gonna quote Peter Scraps here. No, you can't. Because the fish, like Peter Scraps says, is not big. 2, also said by Peter Scraps, the Dovahkiin helmet is only for heavy. Scout cannot wear it.
TF2 allows complete control over your character's play.
That's not Team Fortress 2.
And feel without ever tipping into the realm of pay to win. It would appear as though I am on fire.
That made me want to light myself on fire. Jesus Christ.
Overwatch is a true team-based shooter, where teams need to be made of a diverse set of heroes and actually work together to succeed in the game. The end goal is always completing your objective, be it moving a vehicle across the map or defending a certain position. Team Fortress is also objective-based, but features things like kill-death ratios and rewards for dominating the enemy.
When I would play Team Fortress 2, I don't give a shit about my fucking KD. Hell, I don't even care about my KD in any other game. To me, it more just matters about having fun. I could go 2-15 in Overwatch and still have the best time of my life. Hell, I could go 2-5,000 and still have fun in Team Fortress 2. And actually, Overwatch does both have a scoreboard and a KD. The only difference is the scoreboard doesn't tell you what position on the leaderboard you are, unless, like, you have the bronze, silver, or gold medals. That's about it. And it does have a KD ratio. If you press the back button on Xbox and whatever it is on keyboard and mouse, it will show you how many kills you have and how many times you've died.
Overwatch does Team Fortress better than Team Fortress.
Yeah, I would hope so, considering it's the same game nearly a decade later.
Overwatch is a copy of Team Fortress 2. Especially that Uprising event. You try and look at me with a straight face and tell me that this thing was not ripped off of this. I will call you a fucking liar to your face.
Overwatch's characters are just more mobile. They can roll, they can fly, teleport, use grappling hooks.
You're trying to tell me that Team Fortress 2 characters don't have any mobility.
TF2 just has more modes to pick from. That includes Team Deathmatch.
Did you just fucking say Team Deathmatch? There's not Team Deathmatch in Team Fortress 2, you curly-headed fuck. You are trying so hard to be Senior Payload, you motherfucker.
Are Overwatch's heroes a bit more rigid in their playstyles? Admittedly, yes they are. But there are currently 22 characters in Overwatch, with more on the way compared to year 9.
Did you not just say that quantity should not be over quality in the game? Did you not just say that earlier?
In 2 months after release as opposed to 9 years, but it's quality over quantity. You want to play as a Japanese cyborg ninja? Well, guess what? You can. Plus, in a time when gamers are more accepting than ever to play different characters, Overwatch embraces diversity.
No, it doesn't. You know, I even commented under one of the videos responding to this. Overwatch does not support diversity. It supports forced diversity. Diversity is just differences in people. I'm basically unique compared to other people. Forced diversity is purposefully putting in a character of a different race, religion, sexuality, or any other thing like that, just so that way people will want to play it because, oh, it's accepting. Like, no, that's not. That's literally the game developers trying to get brownie points. Team Fortress 2 is actual diversity. All 9 of the characters, although they don't seem that different, they are completely different. You're just looking at the color of their skin. You're not thinking about their actual personality. You're thinking about where they're from and what color their skin is.
And lastly, let's face it, but ult moves are a ton of fun.
They're not fun, especially when most of them is literally just press this button to win. Junkrat.
Team Fortress 2 stood on its own 9 years ago, and it stands on its own today, while Overwatch seems to have borrowed quite a bit from the successes of its predecessors. Oh, and also, TF2's free.
Sure, Overwatch may have borrowed from TF2, but it's not like it's hiding that fact. Overwatch is a love letter to all of gaming. Soldier 76 is straight out of Call of Duty.
What fucking way is Soldier 76 from Call of Duty? The fact that you can sprint?
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we have reached Deadlock. Now the decision is in your hands. Which game deserves play of the game? Overwatch,
really?
The new
But anyway, if you go and watch the video yourself, you will know that they have not done a single bit of research on this, except maybe like basically the same as anti-vaxxer research. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this, and that is the problem with Overwatch. Fuck you, Scripted Riley, I win again! Oh, you mother... Fine. I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. If you did enjoy this, make sure you hit the like button, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel if you like my other videos too. If you want, you can actually join my Discord. If you want, you can also join my Discord with the link below, and feel free to leave any questions or criticism about this video down there in the comment section. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
24/7, 365, waited too long, now it's my shine. I'm stunning when I'm running in the limelight. You steady running your mouth, cause I rhyme tight. 24/7, 365, waited too long, now it's